Ani, Howard, das ne kas. Ma bagay so reception kaza wada bamak. Mi manda kawgwech met wina da mo kuishet tut. Manus wat ons ma bagay awe. Manus. This was hardwood. Ironwood. Manus. Nishnabe mang. Shin kaza ma ba manus. Magay shin kaza ma ba tik manus. Shkikio tik ma ba. This is medicine. Niemanda. Masse. Skoin. Skoin. Minamanda nango. Isto na. Nige mandawan. Pang tebegan. Die shin pishike magebes wokshi bobsen tak mi manda pang tebe. You use this on a horse or a cow if they don't listen to you. Pang tebegan.
Yeah, so a friend of mine bought this for me out of respect when I was down in Washington, D.C. So when I first started talking to Howard about making a war club, this is what I kind of had in mind, but you got to find the exact right piece of wood. And when Howard found the two pieces of ironwood, they weren't exactly right for this job, but he knows where there's a piece down by Gould City.
Yeah.
This will be another project a little bit later on. So this is how this kind of all started, plus bad knees, so I needed a walking stick.
When you send these down, shoshkobuchige. Shoshkobu na. Shoshkobu na. Up to condition. You follow the tree, you follow the wood the way it is. You don't try and straighten it. Maba abchakasa mabo. Manda. Shamaganish mabawe. Shamaganish. In the language it's called a veteran. Veteran. Canada given Javanaba Mishekatot or mat veteran. Ki Shamaganish she mabanene. This guy was a veteran. Meanwhile, Mampini came Kanway and Gundak Kedok. Kicheta. Kedok. Kicheta. Kai Aganagin in Mintas in it. If I use my language, I describe the veteran much better. It sounds much better. Shimaganish Maba Awe. Zozep. That's the Indian name for Joe. Zozep. Mimabo. Masea Tomos Mabawe. Walking stick. Masaya Tomos. Meanwhile, nandan na kaso nan abcha kasin. Mam pima ba mixe, ma ba. Dips kobusa shma ba, dips kobusa. Mi mam pima ba kas yang manda shiching. Was moin. Nishtana shinaning ta swak ma ba piche beza. 2500 RPMs. Nishtana shinaning ta swak. Piche beza ma ba. Ma pichtas ma ba chagsa. Piche bezat ma ba ni. Ma pima ba ni. Zoals geboortje. Zoals geboortje. Mi ma ba chagsa. Mi mandesh na se chagsa. It's burnt. Chagsa. Mi dash mi no. Ma ba nang manda nang go ngi isto na. Piche manda ni. Zuskwa. Gisoskoboto now we fine sanded it. Wene. Nina ma pi bune buchge ma ba. Ni ma pi ma boi tenet ni kang obis kang mandani vis posatut squegin. Ni de ma ba. Mete. Shoa kogan we have chakasan. Mete shoa kogan. Varnish. Oil stain varnish. Up to Shawanta Takanat when you stood maba. Mintige wanta and also my tegna me to Oscotic. To was cock de manda, to was cock de. Meanwhile, Shash Roman Goting Mava Yoskot. Mede show be the oil stain varnish. Up to Shawantani Kanachun. Nangan. It's late. Up Chukuni. Meanwhile, Mandaminia Chakasiang was money. Nishna bake Shashwa. Kay no mandagi nan kill. Shkode Yabachakasna. Misk bokkasattik. Niin on de kastin tot mandaptik. Skoding. On the fire, kept going like that on the fire. On a piece of wood that was lit with ashes, red ashes. So they make this nice and clean. Mi ei nish nabe kashit net. Mandas ge we ne, we ish toine. We ne shus kabotek. It's fine sanded. We ne. We ne. Chukoni. Mandani. Tabat tamamanda shus kabotek was mone. Electrical sander, palm sander, mazin kade palm. Kitchen inch. Kitchen inch. Mino manda, apchugoge manda. She bide manda kakedi anishta na shit naning ta sok manda piche bide 2500 RPMs. Abde quien gomes, abde quirishon ketan. Kotak ma bopse kak ma pik karting ma gegen inching, quigish kin inchi ashmik, mage quigish gate ashmik. Mino manda tabatta man, abde ko ni guys das kabis is on. Mino lango, apchugo shot de. Not non-mut, beautiful breeze, non-mut. Mabas and Joe, gil gwech me kwibe nada mok. Nada moshigo. Minoa, pitch na kom bish, go gwech me bish na kwayan, dik na hound na. Once in a while he asked me if I got water. Bish, kai be. Bish, man da jen kate. Water, bish. Bish, panegi be kogone gongi shin on them, bish. Kinuwan ng gochen is shit. Good everywhere. This shouldn't be. Where them beach bim chill, kong. You know, water from the town, it's no good. There's too much chemicals on there. Some of them skik to go menana. Man das rate kibing in there. I got this from a cold spring. Kibing. Kibing shin kade. Mina shek kigi tang et take kibing. Kate kamik. Kay we apchakas na konishnavik. Ski kikia with the katekme. Kay konishine. You know manda. Mabanang ko kay kebigit na cheketa patang manda and na kyangampi. Okay, you do it in English. Kitam jo. So zep.
Okay, Naganakud and Dejnakas. So Howard, I talked to Howard. I wanted to make a walking stick, and I asked him to go find me some ironwood. And so he brought me 2 pieces of ironwood, and then he came back after a little hiatus with this COVID piece, and we started working together on fashioning it. The angle grinder, you use the grinding wheel, the sanding grinding wheel on there to take the bark off. That's one of the hardest parts. So you get that down. The reason I wanted ironwood is very light, but it's very hard. If you look at the grain of that wood, it's extremely close together. You can always tell ironwood when you compared to anything else. And you will burn up a wood stove or trying to burn this stuff. It burns really, really hot. But it's great for this kind of thing. It's almost indestructible. The Irish have a plant called blackthorn that they like to make walking sticks out of, and they only wish they had ironwood like the Anishinaabe. You could really do some damage with a bawadigan made out of this stuff. So Howard brought these 2 pieces of ironwood. He showed me how to take a circular saw and pull it back and trim it down, and then we refined that. We were using my table saw, and then we used the grinder to get the basic shape down, and then once we got that, we used the sander to do the fine sanding, and now we're going, and then after everything's done, like I said, you use the good oil-based shellac. I miss anything?
Now, me sa mandage nishnabege ni. Parang na manda nishnabege bisaya ni. Tik kimit kunan. Give me ton. Bump set. Case ni kumemtige. Ni kunagedi. When I was being raised, a lot of elders used to carry walking sticks. Getting gigi batin tamampi. I was thinking crazy at the time that why did that old man need a walking stick? Why shouldn't engine mo ito to masaya tongos? Gini andap ko. Mida shas ko gini pitch siya. Makwenta mga gini manda. Chap chakas yan ba pump siya. Mage kung da sok shini kung go chini sus kok mage ko ni Bon komem tege man da shit. Mi man tege ke isin ka be shit niot. Kene ko man tege kai nigra ge ni ka bom mago. Ma ge be ken mago ge man tege ya na. Masse tego masse. Ach ni ge go skon was takketam. Ma ge gant ki gas. Man da shiko ge ni man da na ku ja ko nish na be ma ga na ma ba shama ga nish. Ke na tege ni Game on the game with Ona. Shnabek warriors used to carry this in wartime. Guess Kanago. Bang debegan mage uno mukachi. Namanga da mukita mismo do chapa chakasima. So on the sokon. But hang sokon. It's heavy on one end. Minash ma mandaganan kiang manda pekeshoni. Ni git watta na sheba sema when I started this, long time ago I used to see these elders put a little bit of tobacco down sometimes, I used to question myself when she did shit get there. Nangos ndanik ken dan ge ni ma seman gan chipiget not manda wa basha magak abde ko ge we the bam the man wa do pasang to mageng ko che me be ma de sab de ko se ma we get na banish na be ching chekai, when you got the powers you might carry this, so I got to put some medicines on it when I make it. It's always good to put medicine down with what you make, and I put tobacco on here this morning. Se mang you get nige nan we ne man do we should na go mi we manda de battama to nishin mi no manda ke manda masse ka chakat masse no manda be muito ma go ge go ye na ush me en ga sa nen mo manda. Here, have my walking stick. I'm going to make another one. Dana. Me, I could do that because I'm able to make these. And Joe could do it now. If he's another elder that's having a hard time moving around, he could hand that to that elder. Joe could say, here, I'll make another one. He could do that now. This is what you do when you're teaching somebody. You learn to share what you do. Always. Look at that. Miwe Ishwebak. Kopachogoni in a shin, not a marting. Which got with tarting. Mino manda. The batch mattating. Mabakun the batch matta, the ben which can I want to batana. Mino mandagash kois, young and goni. You're not quite again. Not quite again is to speak the language when you're saying lunchtime. Not quite again. Kai. You not quite we sit. That's just like English language. I eat for lunch. Nakwe is Nishnabe way for saying it's a lunchtime. It's a lunchtime meal. Nakwe. So many words that rhyme the same in the language, like nakwe, makwe, nakatakwe. All them words they rhyme the same, but you got to use them differently in order for you to make that word sound good. Nanugot nongge goni manda was moin bashikaman. Abdeko we no winabis no pe. When you're working on electricity, these got to be clean connections. See this is good in good shape. Abdek we no winabis sing was moin and biop monsan mandagego ne. Keno gona the nishinon. Kamam da pakshka biop moswe abchakasin. When you get electrocuted with these wires are cracked or falling apart. You get them, but if it's still going, you got to put it on the side. If it's not running, you just put it down. You got to take care of your hands. Minama ba chakasat. Chakasamabak. You can't use anything that's already burnt. Mi kishin mabachakasa mi mabachakasa kachakasan game and naki. You're burning what you're doing if you keep using this kind of wheel. Na tibetones. It goes around. Tibetones. Mi mabe na kasang tibetones. Ni shushkabuching mabachakasa shushkabuchakan. Ne achkize maba achkize. It grabs. Mi we geshanakeba. Mi get chigi shachama mi we. Amapi minwa. Gishita. Amapi. Kawab megam